I used to cook dope. I believe that those are the spirits inside the jar. I mean, you can see them forming. Sleep deprivation, almost like true serum. I think you see things you're not supposed to see.
Mm.
Sober as I am and have been as long as I have, you can't change my mind about certain things I saw and went through, where people tried to make me believe I was crazy just because I was high. It wasn't just because I was seeing those things.
Welcome to Recovery Inspired Hope. I'm very excited to bring my friend Lindsay on today. Lindsay, so glad you finally made it.
I
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your story? What kind of led you toward addiction?
I was 14 when I started IV using meth. I was 14 years old. It's the only way I ever did it, the only way I've ever done it. And it was introduced to me by a family member. And it was just, I thought it was normal. I thought it was just something you
Wow.
did.
Yeah, that's so young. I mean, 14 years old to be IV meth. I mean, that is, wow, that is mind blowing. So you started using, and I mean, how did you like maintain the habit? Was the family member just giving it to you all the time?
Yeah. Yeah. He was
Wow.
just, yeah.
That spiraled into an addiction.
It was just something it was an addiction. So, I mean, it was even worse. I mean, I graduated college doing it, the whole nine. So,
No way. So you
yeah.
were graduated high school, graduated college,
Yeah.
all using IV meth.
Yes.
That is crazy. Can I ask how the IV meth use affected you, like spiritually?
I went to a Catholic grade school. So, I mean, it went from like one extreme to a whole nother, from one spectrum to a whole nother spectrum, like a light switch in a matter of one night. I mean, it was like light and dark, and it stayed dark for a really, really, really long time.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about how, we run into some pretty shady characters when we are in this crazy world of meth. And like the meth world is just like completely unreal to regular people.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Can you remember anything that like sticks out to you that is just like, wow, I can't believe that this happened?
I was in like actually the last big like hoorah. It was like the worst. Like the drug changed, like the dynamics of it changed, the way it made you feel, the way you came down. Like it was almost like a methamphetamine induced psychosis, for like the last run. And it was like everybody was after me. I had a theory for everything. I was paranoid. I didn't see my mom for a year. I didn't see my kids for a year. I was too scared to go around them. Thought somebody was following me the whole time, that they were going to follow them to their house. I mean, it was, how should I say? It was like I needed that last run that time, because it scared me. It scared me enough to go sober.
Wow.
Like I didn't sleep. I saw things, like I had a dream. I saw the devil for a couple, like it was so vivid. I got a therapist after that for a couple months. And like I have no desire to do it, simply because of that last run. Like
Wow.
I enjoyed my usage the whole time. That was the problem. Like I enjoyed it. I had fun. I didn't have fun this last time. It was like, you read the book Sorceries of Meth?
Mm-mm.
It's a two-part book. You need to read it. It's called Sorceries of Meth. And it like that basically like completely, that was me. Like it was like the devil controlling me, sorcery wise, the whole time.
Wow. How did you break free from that?
I got arrested. I got arrested and I got arrested in a different state. And it was, I mean, I had been arrested, been to prison, numerous times before that, but this was like real jail this time. Like prison wasn't even like this. And I just had enough. I'd gotten really, like, I was really sick. I was down to 76 pounds, like really sick. My kidneys were shutting down on me.
Mm.
And I just like, it was, to me, it was like I had another high in me, but I didn't know if I had another recovery in me. I didn't know health wise if I would make it anymore.
Wow. So you got arrested. So you got put on like probation, or you just did detox in jail?
I went I went back to I was locked up for 9 months, got sent up to prison for 18 months, and then came back home. And then I went into a rehab on my own after that, a 12-month program after that. And then I came out, and I haven't done anything since. I got
Wow.
sober I got sober in time for my dad to die and him see me sober. And so it all kind of played out, I guess you could say.
And now you are a great mom there for your kids.
For I got to keep my son overnight for the first time since he was 18 months old a few months ago. I put my youngest up for adoption. I see him every month, talk to him all the time. I mean, I was actually pregnant with him. That was one of the reasons why I got sober, was I was pregnant with the youngest one I put up for adoption. So,
Wow. That
yeah,
is awesome restoration.
yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. Um, so talk to me about a little bit about early recovery. What was that like?
I was in jail. It was one of them things like I didn't have a choice. It was like I knew I couldn't do anything. So I think it was a lot easier for me because I knew I didn't have an option. There was no way out. There was nothing they could do for me. There was nothing I could do for myself. And to me, that's the way to do it.
Right, right.
If you can do it like that.
And then when you went into the 12-month program, were there what kind of challenges did you have being in that program?
I was a grown woman and was told I couldn't leave the porch. I I couldn't leave the porch. I had to go to church every Sunday. I couldn't go anywhere. I had to have accountability anywhere I went. I had to have accountability anywhere. I had to take these classes. I had to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning every morning. I mean, it was just like I was used to sleeping all day in jail. And then, but it was like she reprogrammed my brain. She taught me how to, come home and be a functioning person again.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely relate to that. I remember in my early sobriety, they were like, "Hey, you need to like get a job, and you can't dress like that to go for a job interview."
I remember coming when I went into jail, I was 76 pounds. When
Oh.
I came out, I had been locked up for almost 3 years. I mean, I came out almost 150 pounds, and then I got pregnant while I was in the program 3 months into it. So, bam, here comes another 100 pounds on me. It's like my body fluctuated from one end of the spectrum to like everything to me. There's been no in between. It's been balls to the wall or nothing with everything.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I think that's like our mentality. I do that, find myself doing that with work, with the gym, with,
I still do it. Cooking. I got to cook everything in the house. I just can't cook one thing.
yeah, yeah. No, I completely get it. Do you believe that that meth opens like portals
Oh
to
yeah. Oh yeah. I believe I used to cook dope. Um, I believe that those are the spirits inside the jar. I mean, you can see them forming. Um, sleep deprivation. I don't believe I think sleep deprivation is almost like true serum. I think you see things you're not supposed to see.
mm,
Because still to this day, as sober as I am and have been as long as I have, you can't change my mind about certain things I saw and went through where people tried to make me believe I was crazy just because I was high. It wasn't just because I was seeing those things.
okay, like
Not everything, but
right.
certain things.
Right, right. So we've been talking a lot about how meth kind of lifts the veil between the spiritual realm and this
In
realm.
reality.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. And we've been talking about a lot of things where, people have seen, I used to see like people like these demons like controlling people like puppets.
Like puppet masters. Yep.
Yes.
You know, I still say to this day, like I thank God in ways for my addiction to what I was addicted to, because it's made me so paranoid in ways. Like I play process of elimination now. Like in ways it made me as sharp as a tack. And in other ways it didn't. I mean, if you can understand what I'm trying to say, and I mean you
Mhm.
can, but
Right.
not everybody can understand that.
Right. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So tell me a little bit about Lindsay's life today.
Lindsay's life today, I do a lot of service work. I try to give back what was given to me. The woman who helped me get sober, she died of COVID last year. And so it's just kind of like I just try to do as much as I can for her, because her motto was, I will love you girls until your family learns to love you again. And that's just what I try to pass on. I got a girl in my spare bedroom now. I mean, I'm just trying. I work for Safe Haven Baby Boxes. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's where women can forfeit their babies over anonymously and not get in trouble. And it makes the infant mortality rate go to, like in Indiana, has been 0 in the past 2 years.
Mm.
I try to give back in ways that I wish I would have had when I was locked up or on the streets. Like when I had my son, I didn't know what I was going to do. If I would have had that baby box. So, I go and I preach to these women. I go into the prisons and I bring them yarn, and I got a nonprofit called Project Yarn where they crochet baby blankets, mittens, and hats for all the babies put in these baby boxes in the state of Indiana. And they do Eastern Indiana, IWP does, and Rockville and Madison do Southern Indiana. I mean, it's just, I try to incorporate as much as them as I can and keep the camaraderie together as that we made, because they can start from the inside and I can help them. And it makes me feel so much better, because that's what I wish I would have had when I was there.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a great program, definitely. And giving them like something to do and helping them find purpose,
Yes.
for their pain and the things that happened.
And a lot of them have lost their children, and it's just a way for them to start their 12-step process from the inside to heal.
Yeah, I feel like being a mom in recovery is so hard because you're constantly looking at, what you did and how you should have done, and it's hard.
My mother was worse than my CPS officer ever could have been in my whole life. Like literally, I jumped through a million hoops. The final one, I had to become a homeowner. I had to literally own my own home before my son could come home. And I did it. I accomplished it. I never thought it would ever happen, but I did it. Like it just gave me motivation. My drug use gave me more motivation, and my father dying gave me more motivation than anything I could have ever wanted in my life.
Mm. Well, it sounds like you have just turned into a super strong, overcoming, faith-filled woman. So I am so glad that you got to share your story on here. Is there anything that you would like to say to any woman out there who might be struggling?
If the only thing you do today is breathe, that is perfectly fine, is breathing.
Thank you so much, Lindsay, for telling your story, your experience, strength, and hope, and thank you everybody who works on this baby box project. That is just like so amazing. So we will wrap it up here. Make sure you guys subscribe to Jamie Tall on YouTube, and we will see you next time on Recovery Inspired Hope.